Hello, loves. It's Shawna L. Francis, and today is October 23rd, 2022. Thank you for joining me, the Ascension Daily Update. I had a long conversation with Melchizedek today, pretty intense, a lot to go through today. Heading out to my dad's house to go through more of his stuff here as soon as I'm done making this video. It's going well. There's just a lot. It's emotional, it's heavy. And then just, trying to figure out what to do with all these things, especially after Cryon's message yesterday about decluttering, cleaning things out, not wanting to bring all the history to my new home. So should be closing this week on my floating home. I'll send, maybe, I'll do a little bit of a video from there or something, or show you a picture. I'm very excited about this space. I think it's going to be just really lovely to have the river there and that energy. Yeah, exciting. How are you all doing? Hope you've had a good weekend. Before I get into this, my boyfriend and I went to see a Guns N' Roses cover band, and the opening act was a Motley Crue cover band. So if you've been following my videos, you know that Melchizedek is trying to, really step more fully into my, I don't even know what to call this, into my body, into my experience, into my field, all of this, all of the above. So we are melding our fields together for the work that is to come. So I just think, oh my gosh, what does Melchizedek think about this terrible cover band for Motley Crue? We had a good time. We actually really enjoyed it. And then Guns N' Roses. So I had to ask this morning, what was that like for Melchizedek to be at the concert, and are they really perceiving that? And I just thought, I bet they just hate this. This has got to be really awful. So they said, on the contrary, Shawna, these are beautiful, unique earthly experiences. And we are honored and appreciative to be able to experience these things along with you. Thank you for that opportunity. And I said, okay, you're so welcome. Thanks for supporting me in all my 3D stuff. And this kind of started off a whole, discussion about this. And they said here, your 3D world is really just as important as your 5D world, if not even more important. There's a reason why you are an embodiment, Shawna, and not out here with us in the ether. You are playing a role here in your physical body that offers you a unique position on the team. You as a beacon, you as the tuning fork. Yes, makes sense. It starts with the denseness of the body. It is a necessity that the physical bodies on the planet are able to hold a higher vibration, higher vibratory rate, and this is where all the interconnectedness between all facets of your being come together in this physicality. I know for so many of us, especially starseeds, light workers, however you want to, frame yourself in the work that you're doing here, we have a hard time in our bodies, kind of being really present in the physical and honoring the physical aspect of us here. We're kind of in the clouds. We're not really feeling super grounded. I think this is why the nutrition and the exercise and the sleep is so important, taking care of these vessels. We are talking about a higher frequency of emotion, of intellect, of spirit, as part of the physicality. So I guess it's not just the body. Everything is interconnected. Everything impacts everything else. So if you look at the 4 systems, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, none of these work in a vacuum. And the physical is really a super important part of what we're doing here. And they go on here. This is a time when all of you can be questioning what it means to be alive on the planet right now, what it means to be in a human body, in a human vessel. Why did you make this choice? And yes, dear ones, you all had a choice. Doesn't it seem like we're here against our will sometimes? Like, what am I doing back here? I thought I was done with this place, but no, we're back. And for darn good reason. It's super important that we're here. Never doubt this. Never doubt your role here to help bring light and this higher vibration that Melchizedek is talking about. And they continue here with this theme. Why did you choose this path? And who now are you becoming? This is deep stuff. You come to this point in your journeys where the knowing that you have is starting to override the thinking part of you, which is likely confused. I'm going to say that again. Why did you choose this path, and who now are you becoming? You come to this point in your journeys where the knowing that you have is starting to override the thinking part of you, which is likely confused. And many of you are just resolved to this idea that you may never consciously and intellectually understand everything that is occurring right now, or understanding the totality of life itself. I'm certainly there. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to get that everything's happening at once and that time is an illusion and all these different timelines and just the multidimensional aspect of creation. Mind-boggling. My dad and I, we used to sit and talk about this, he's like, well, what's beyond the universe that we know? What's beyond that and what's beyond that? And we, just have these really fun, deep conversations about existence. So I think we have a lot of limitations here, given the DNA that we have, these thought forms. Cryon talks a lot about actual imprinting and implants that keep us at this certain level of knowledge, certain level of evolution. All of this is getting overridden now with the new frequencies and our choice to ascend. So collectively here, humanity has decided to ascend along with Mother Earth. It's a choice that we made. And then a bunch of us said, we'll come down and help. We're going to come down and help with this. Here we are. And for many of you, for the first time ever, you are knowing yourself as in choice at a deep level, not just conceptually. Knowing yourself in choice at a deep level. Every moment you can be in choice. And so, my friends, what do you do with this power that you have? This power and ability to make choices. This newfound power is a little scary for some. Yet underneath that fear is a genuine excitement and even a peace that comes with knowing yourself in truth. I feel like this paragraph really just summed up like the last year for me. Knowing that so much of what we do is just rote, routine, history, this happened to me. Feeling that we are victims of circumstance. Us understanding ourselves as sovereign and in choice and not as victims is hugely important for this ascension. Think about overriding a negative, dark influence that has been here since humanity was formed. Melchizedek talked about this here. This, being able to be in choice here and not be just going along unconscious, unaware of this ability to have a choice and to make different choices for ourselves. We have a lot of groupthink going on, a lot of group mind where we are following the pack. We're part of the sheep. There's very few people that will rise to the top and, mix up the status quo and really question things in meaningful and positive ways. And we just keep going along with this crazy, with this illusion. So there's got to be a bunch of us who say, you know what? I actually don't need to do that. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be that way. I don't have to think this way. I don't have to think the way all my friends think, or think the way that my parents raised me to think the ways my church told me to think. I'm in choice here. And I'm getting a feel for what this duality is and how awful that's been for our societies. Melchizedek, in the resurrection book, talks about we have stepped fully into a tribal mindset, us versus them, a tribal mindset. And this is why we can still have wars, and this is why we still have all these different political parties and all these things. It's like us versus them. Like, think about how ingrained that is. Look at the news, watch your commercials, get on social media. I mean, this is so normalized, and it's not normal. This is not a high vibrational way to be on the planet, full of love and light, helping to raise the vibration here. We've got to be able to step into our sovereignty and question the status quo and make better choices for us, more in alignment with higher vibration. Okay, off my soapbox here. All right, where did I leave off? Every moment you can be in choice. What does this mean? With this choice, you're flexing muscles you didn't even know that you had. You're getting to know these new abilities that you did not realize you possess. And this power of creation, recreating who and what you are. And I'm telling you guys, you could just sit here right now in this moment and decide that you are going to completely reframe your entire past. And you're going to think of it in a whole different way. And you're going to know yourself as a completely different person than you did yesterday. You have that ability to do this. You have this choice to do this. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we're flexing these muscles we didn't even know we had. Yes, yes, yes. Is this not the most exciting discovery in your lifetime? The most shocking and personal of all discoveries? What will you do with this newfound ability? What will you do with this newfound power? Lots of questions from Melchizedek, these rhetorical questions. And they go on here. What does it mean to be free, truly free? My friends, we teach you these things in co-resonance with the field that is ready to know these truths. So deep. They are talking about this with those of us who are in co-resonance and are now ready for these truths. So congratulations, guys. And once you know these things, you really can't go back and hide back in the old. Yep, you gotta just deal with this stuff now. Let the excitement of this moment set you free on all levels, and from this place of knowing, even what you used to be, as you carry that in your mind, your memories, your impressions, your sense of who and what you were, all of this can be rearticulated from this new vantage point. All of it can be reseen from this place of a higher vibration. I know you guys get this. The heaviness, the burdens, the suffering, the sadness, when seen from the place of this higher vibratory rate and from this place where you know yourself not as a victim but empowered, coupling that with the idea of loving yourself unconditionally relieves you of all those lower density frequencies you've been carrying around up to this point. Allow this relief, my friends. Allow this. Allow the lifting. Allow letting go. Allow yourself to be rearticulated in this moment. In this moment. I hope you can feel that. Unity consciousness, they said. So much of the dense and heavy emotional feelings of the past can now be reseen through unity consciousness. Much of your suffering and strife have been due to the perception of separation, of duality. As you move more into unity consciousness, unity mind, all those ways you conceptualize yourself of the past can be reformed and rearticulated. So I think they've said this like 3 different ways in today's channeling. I've done a lot of work with people in the one-on-one sessions for this exact thing. You just get an old record player going about who and what you are, and you just drop that needle and that record plays, that program plays, that recording plays. You don't realize you can take that needle up, get rid of that record, and put a new one down if you want. You can do this. You can decide who you are. You can decide what you are. And you can decide that and know that from this place of truth, not some superficial idea based in illusion and fear or what other people have told you who you are. You're in choice. You get to decide who and what you are, how you believe, how you want to be on the planet, how you want to relate to others. You know, feel really empowered to do that. From this place of unity, humanity has this incredible capacity for experiential learning. They've not talked about this before, experiential learning. Experiential learning is quite different from learning by osmosis, by social conditioning, by history, by observing others, by being told, by learning in a classroom. Your experiential learning is the key that will unlock these doors to the new. Once something is experienced and known at that level, this truth becomes rooted. Like I was saying earlier, once you know something, you know these things, you can't unknow it. You can't unknow this stuff. And they said here, this is where many of you are at now. At this point, experiencing yourselves as divine, experiencing the collective as divine, questioning all past edicts built in fear. This is where we're at, team. This is specific to our audience. This is not by accident. And if you found yourself kind of stumbling onto this video today, I welcome you. I'm so happy you found us. If this is resonating, you're in the right place, and I'm glad that you're here. What's next? They said, what do we do now? Such a beautiful time to be awake and aware and in choice. We leave this to you, our friends, for now. Let the magic of this day lift you, and thereby lifting all those around you. Let it be so. All right. It's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here, a lot to absorb. I hope this feels good for you. All right, I'm taking off. I'm going to my dad's. I love each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you're at in the world. Mwah, mwah, mwah.